G'day MMA gods, it's me, Dougie. But it's not just me here. I'm praying on behalf of the entire MMA community, MMA gods. I know that you have been angry with us ever since a half man, half pig stopped coming to your altar and giving you the blessings that you desire. Ever since then, things have just been a mess, haven't they? And maybe we deserved it, MMA gods. Maybe we brought this upon ourselves, asking for too much of UFC 300. But in the end, you delivered. We doubted you for weeks leading into UFC 300, but at the end of the day, you delivered for us, the fans. So we're back on our knees, begging you for one more divine blessing. MMA gods at UFC 302, please allow Dustin Poirier to sleep Islam Makhachev. Sleep him dead. Not dead, I would never, MMA gods, but sleep him. Give us that moment. Surely we have sacrificed enough for this blessing. Look at Volkanovski, the last of the busy era. Israel's gone, Usman's gone, and now you took Volkanovski as well. And maybe it was his time, MMA gods. Maybe it was his time, but you've got him now. Look at the Apex cards that you've given us week in, week out. Dana White has been saying for 2 years, we've got to get out of the Apex. We've got to get out of the Apex. And he just booked in 12 more Apex fights, MMA. He just booked in 12 more Apex fights, MMA gods. He's going to go back to the Apex. He's never quitting, but we'll be there. Think about the English fans that sit down at midnight and leave at 6 a.m. to watch two fat heavyweights wrestle each other and then just give up in the fourth round. That happened. That really happened. But we were there. We were there. Think about the Aussie fans that are getting out of bed at 5:30 on a Sunday morning just to watch trash at the Apex. But we're there. We're there. We don't often come here to your church, to your temple, and ask for things, but for this one fight, for UFC 302, please give us this. Think about what you could build. Think about the moments that could come after this. If Dustin Poirier actually sleeps Islam Makhachev, and if Conor McGregor can just not do a line for 1 week and get his head in the game and sleep Michael Chandler, do you know the sort of fun that we could have together, MMA gods? This is all in your power. Islam Makhachev has wanted to prove that he is a striker ever since his coach, Daddy Khabib, wanted to stand and bang with Conor McGregor. And I think Khabib got a knockdown in that fight. Their egos are so inflated to think that they're not just wrestlers, that they can stand and strike with the best of them. That's already inside of him. You don't have to stretch reality too much, MMA gods. You're already giving us smaller gloves, which is going to lead to more power. You're already giving us Islam Makhachev training week in, week out with his striking at AKA. All you have to do is put a few of the pieces of the puzzle together. All we're asking for is the night before UFC 302, when Islam Makhachev gives his wife a kiss on the forehead and goes to bed and goes to sleep. Enter his mind, MMA gods, and show him a vision of him standing with Dustin Poirier and knocking him out. Just lie to him a little bit. So that way when UFC 302 does happen and he's in the cage standing opposite Dustin Poirier, he rushes in thinking he's going to make this epic moment. And then Dustin just sleeps him. And then we can go forward, MMA gods. We deserve this. We deserve this. We're never going to see Volk for a title again. You allowed Israel Adesanya to be absolutely humiliated on the internet with what he does with his dog. You're holding up the entire heavyweight division just to give a man that beats his wife a chance at eternal glory. Why do you do the things that you do, MMA gods? But we're still here. We still back you. You hate Corey Sandhagen. You want him to lose. Why? Why? He can strike. He can wrestle. He does everything you ask for an MMA fighter to do. But you still hate him. It doesn't make any sense, MMA gods. But we're not here to question you. We're here to beg you to give us one fun fight at UFC 302 and to give us the right outcome. And we know that you love the Dagestanis. We know that for some reason, Abus Magomedov can come into the UFC, get 2 fights, and then instantly have a fight with Sean Strickland. We know that Khabib can fight for a title against a New York City real estate agent, Ally Quinter. We know that Islam Makhachev can go ahead and fight for a title off the back of beating Bobby Green. You love them, and that's okay. Islam Makhachev can have a rematch and can fight for the title again in the future when Dustin and Conor retire after their rematch for the UFC lightweight title. In the meantime, he can move up and fight Leon Edwards when Leon Edwards outpoints Bilal Muhammad. That's another one, MMA gods. Look at what you're doing to the English. You're going to make them watch Leon Edwards point strike around Bilal Muhammad at 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes, what the hell is wrong with you guys? I'm sorry. I know you're vengeful gods. We will put up with it all. Book in 100 more Apex fights. We'll keep rocking up. We love it. We love it. We love an empty Apex at 5:30 in the morning with a WMMA fight and then 2 fat heavyweights. We love it. We do. Keep it coming, please. But give us this fight. UFC 302. Let Dustin Poirier knock out Islam Makhachev. Let Conor McGregor knock out Michael Chandler. And give us one of the greatest pay-per-views we have ever seen in December. And then you'll have UFC 299, UFC 300, UFC 302, and then UFC whatever number it is in December. The greatest year of MMA ever seen. Please, MMA gods. Amen.